Putting LED lights on your motorcycle. Really? Catch it inside. RevelatorAlf. Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. I hope you're all well in these testing times. So I've got a set of LED strip lights here. They're waterproof and I'm going to try and put them on my motorcycle. Now, there's a couple of things to quickly discuss before I carry on. So first of all, you can buy kits that will go on your motorcycle, and they're little dress kits, LED dress kits, and you can pick them up from eBay or Amazon for £40, £50, £60, whatever. You can buy really expensive sets, let's say from Ciro or Chiro, however you pronounce it, from the US, and other well-known brands, and they could be something like £300 or dollars or shekels or whatever. So I thought I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to get some cheapo strip lights from Amazonia. I got the link in the description. Got to make sure that they're waterproof as well. And this is 10 meters, so I've got two 5-meter strips here, and there's 2 circuits on this controller. And I thought, do you know what, for a fraction of the price I think I can get the same result without spending anything else. So that's why I've done this. I'm going to power it via the ezCan as well, so I'm going to show you at the end how that's all done. But I thought, why not have a go? Now, there's the other thing we've got to consider. So first of all, it might not be to your taste, and I've got to say it's not to my taste either. But what I'm thinking about is actually having these on for the winter coming up. There's going to be a few toy runs, maybe a few shows to go to as well, that kind of thing, just to demonstrate it. The other thing is as well is the legality of these as well. So it really depends where you are in the world. So I'm only going to talk about the UK here. So there's no problem having extra LED lights or LED strips on your motorcycle. However, the light that is emitted from the LED, right, it cannot be visible whilst you're riding on the road. In other words, the actual LED, you can't see the light coming from it. Okay, you can actually see the glow. Okay, so if you hide it behind the frame or under the tank and it's shining down, that's fine. But you're not allowed to actually see the LED itself. Also, there are some taboo colours really. Red, where you can't have at the front. White, you can't have at the rear. And also blue and green, well, that's going to attract the attention of the police. But it's not illegal to have it on there. It's only illegal if they're flashing, okay? So there's quite a few issues surrounding the use of LED lights on the road. But if you're not on the road, let's say you're in a car park, you're at a show, well, you can just put them wherever you want. You can wrap them around anywhere. Let's say as long as they're not on whilst you're riding, that's fine. Okay, so it really depends. If you want them to be shown, or the light to be shown whilst you're riding, okay, then you have to hide the LED lights. They have to be hidden from view, let's say. You can only see the glow, the underglow as it were. But if you actually want to see the LED lights, yeah, you're going to have to be at a showground or a rally site or a whatever, in a car park with your friends, doing your stuff, whatever it is. Anyway, so you can buy the kits, or you can go with this cheap alternative. And especially if you're just going to do it once, you know, you're going to go on a toy run or something like that, you're just going to do it once and that's it. So actually, get yourself a set of these and see how it goes. Right. I'm going to fit this, and basically I'm going to show you at the end what I'm going to do. So basically I'm going to start from the battery area where the ezCan is as well. I'm going to show you at the end how I'm going to connect it to it. I'm going to route it underneath the bike as well, under the tank, that kind of thing, round the rear mudguard, and well, see how far I get around the fairing and, you know, around the front wheel, and see how far I get with it. I'm also only going to cable tie this on. I'm not going to stick it on because for me it's only going to be on for a couple of months, let's say, if that. And also with the actual strip itself, if I don't want some LED lights to be showing, instead of cutting it up, all I'm going to do is cover it with black tape so the light won't be shining through. Simples. I'll show you afterwards. Right, let me get to it and come back to you. Okay, so 3 hours have passed, and what a falar that was. So I'm going to show you exactly what I've done and give you an idea here. So it's actually a bit more tricky than I anticipated, and more so just to make sure that the LEDs aren't showing, but also where to attach it or where to put the cable ties. Right, so I started at the battery end here. I went through the frame, and then I tucked it underneath the rear fender, but there's nowhere to latch it on under there, so I've actually had to put it on the saddlebag mounts and just a cable tie, and basically it's all hidden underneath there now, but it kind of works, but it isn't a great job. Okay, let me take you around the rear. So basically it's come under there, and then I've cable tied it here on the indicator stems, and it goes across there underneath the fender and then back that way as well underneath the fender, and basically you can see the cable tie there as well. Then it comes back through here, and then it goes down the right side of the bike along the underside of the frame, and then it comes up the front of the frame on the inside here through the frame, and then basically it does a loop around the headlight, and then it comes back down the brake line here, and this is what I have to tape up with black tape now, just so it's not showing. And then also it comes up through here underneath the mud guard, and there's I've actually managed to cable tie on the bracing underneath there. And then it comes up through here, and basically I have to put some black tape here just to hide this as well. Okay, so that's not showing, and then it goes up through there, and then through over the headlight again, and then basically down here through here again. I have to cover all this up with black tape, and again that with black tape as well, down here, down the inside here, and then on the underside of the frame, and then back up through on the inside of the frame on the other side, because otherwise it would touch the bout here. So go that way, and then basically come up through, then up one side of the tank on the underside, and then back over, as you can see there, and then down on this side as well on the underside, and then back in. Right, as I said, what a faff. And I say there's a lot of tidying up now, so I just want to make sure it's all working. Now I did bench test it before I put it on here as well, so with a 12-volt battery that I've got, so that I know it's all working. I just got to see if I damaged it on the way through, and then, as I say, I've just got to cover over those exposed parts, or those LEDs that are showing. Now if I ever wanted to use it on the road, I'm not going to use it on the road, but let's say that I did, okay, then I could have it all covered over. Right, also because it's white tape as well, it shows up a lot more, so I'm going to just put the black tape over it so it hides it from, you know, anybody looking at the bike, unless you take a really close look at it. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. Right, now the connector basically comes up through here, and it's right under the seat, and what I need to do now is actually just connect it to the Hex ezCan, right, which is really simple. So you watch my other videos about that, you'll see exactly what I mean. Right, now with the kit, it's basically mains operated, right? So what I did, I snipped it off, and then I exposed the wires, and then what I did, I connected it, sort of spliced the wires to a connector for the ezCan, which is basically this. This is a connector for the ezCan, and then I've connected the wires, and it's got that kind of connector there as well, right? Okay, so that connector goes into the controller, like so. Right, so I can either have the remote control connector to control this, the LED lights, or I can use it off my phone. Okay, so I'll try it out with both. Okay, so this connector now clips into the one of the connectors from the ezCan. There are 4 circuits, remember, and that's all connected. Now if you watch my other ezCan video, you notice when I tested it, I just quickly rigged up the yellow circuit to that other headlight which I had. So basically that's what I've done. I've just rigged it up to this circuit here, the yellow circuit. Now I'm going to get my laptop and just configure the ezCan. That's it. So I'll make sure that it's getting power. It should already be having power, but I just want to show you how this is done anyway. Right. Okay, so I've got the laptop hooked up to the ezCan now. Now I'm going to configure the yellow circuit. Okay, so basically what I've done, I've powered up the ezCan, I've connected it to the controller, and basically I've set it at a 10 amp continuous or 25 amp maximum, and I'm going to apply that. There we go. So basically I'm going to make sure that the settings here are not configured with any lighting or anything like that. So off when the turn signal active, yes. Strobe when the horn active, well, yeah, I don't want anything to do with the horn. Strobe to flash to pass, well, I don't want anything like that. And inverse flashing when hazards are active, yes, well, I could do that, but actually I'm just not going to have that on at all. And no modulation, and there's no dimming as well. So basically it's on accessory power, and I've set the timeout for 10 seconds after I've turned everything off. So that's all good, that's all working. Right, so all I need to do now is check the amperage. Yeah, so the peak is at 0.97 and the average is at 0.97 amps as well, so no problem at all. Right, let me get rid of that, quit, brilliant, undo that, you connect that, and you can see it's all powered up, right? So what I'm going to do, just put the little rubber stopper in there to protect the ezCan. Right, that's all done. Now I'm going to just check the remote control. Let me do that. Right, let me turn this off. There we go. It's turn up, turn on. Now I can just change the color. Red, green, yellow, all works. Brilliant. So, but actually, do you know what? I don't want to use it with a remote. I actually want to use it with my phone. Let me do that. Let me turn it off for now, and I'm just going to turn off the power. Okay, you've got a QR code. Scan it and download the app to your phone. There you go, and it's downloading now. Right, the Bluetooth doesn't seem to be working on this particular set. It probably will work next week or something, but right now it doesn't seem to be hooking up to the phone. So anyway, I've got the remote control. Either way, it should be working. But look, change the colours, whichever. Whoop, turn it on. That would help. Change the colours. Whichever colour I want. Perfect, easy. Right, it's all powered by the ezCan. Now, one thing I'm just going to check here is that delay. Basically, when I turn off the ignition, the light should go out after 10 seconds. In other words, the ezCan will stop producing power, providing power to this circuit 10 seconds later. So we're just going to test that now. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, 10 seconds, 11 seconds. Worked perfectly. There we go. So the ezCan powers this, and you can check all the settings, and as I say, it's you can make it work with the lights or work with your horn or whatever if you really wanted to. But obviously it depends where you are in the world and if that's legal or not. Is this going to be used on the road? No, it's purely going to be for a rally site or a car park or stuff like that. I'm going to hide all the cabling a lot better now. But what I'm going to do is basically close all the garage door and then show you around it in the dark as best I can. All that I'll have to wait for another 4 hours until it gets dark, which, let's face it, I don't want to do. I've got other things to do, like watch football. But anyway, look, let me just show you around. But simple to do, but time consuming. With the ezCan, makes it really easy in terms of just hooking it up to a circuit, to the battery. You got the remote control here. I would say that this is gonna, I'll test it to see if it'll work whilst under the seat. I doubt it. I think that's going to have to be exposed somewhere, maybe just on the side, on the other side there, but either way it's fine. And look, it works. It's a cheap alternative, you know, if you just want to go do a show or do a toy run or stuff like that. In the winter months, you just want to add a bit of colour. You just want to do it for the fun of it. Instead of spending £60-70 or £200, £300 on a dedicated set, maybe just try it out with this and see if you actually like it first of all, if you like the effect. If you like the effect, great. If you don't, then don't. You know, you haven't lost a lot of money, have you? Anyway, I hope you found that useful. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell, like and share. Check out the website, RevelatorAlf.com. I'm going to see if I can get this Bluetooth working. But in the meantime, I'm going to show you around it all in the dark. Let's do that.